Welcome back to the morning show. We've got Rotus here. Rotus, go straight away.
Good morning, Rufai. Good morning, Prof. Good morning, Ayo. All our viewers out there. It's Thursday, just another Thursday. Let's start with oil prices. Oil prices, I mean, they edged up this morning, but the theme here is that Brent crude is actually under $75 and West Texas has dropped under 70. So still a lot of concerns around, the amount of demand for oil prices. And you can see, for oil itself. And also, we always put the benchmark there. So Nigeria's benchmark there at 75. So for countries that rely on oil to fund infrastructure, you need that in the 90s or the hundreds. Oil and gas news. We've got ENI and of Italy, Petronas of Malaysia. They signed an MOU to combine upstream assets in Indonesia and in Malaysia. So they're looking at about 3 billion barrels of oil equivalent to an additional 10 billion barrel potential in that particular region. Petronas actually just released their earnings, I think it was a day or two ago. Geopolitical concerns and other things caused their profits to drop, but we'll get more details on this. And I think ENI actually just released its earnings early this morning, but I didn't get a chance to look at them. To Nigeria, Benga Komalafe, the ongoing, that's the CEO of the Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, speaking about Nigeria's improved prospects for oil and gas. This is the ongoing energy summit. 2023-2024 oil reserves up by 1.43% to 37.5 million barrels. Gas reserves 209 trillion cubic feet, up by 0.21%. Here's the rig count has gone from 8 in 2021 to 40 in 2025. They are prospecting that we'll get to 50 rig counts by the end of this year. And since 2021, oil production up about 70%. We went through GDP yesterday with oil production at 1.54 million barrels per day for the last quarter of 2024. Asian markets are mixed. Mr. Trump again, tariff this, tariff that. Nvidia earnings, they were good, but it looks like the market was expecting more. Either way, Shanghai Composite Index in China, the Hang Seng in Hong Kong, Nikkei 225 in Japan, and the ASX S&P 200 in Australia all up. But we saw the Kospi in Korea and the Nifty in India down. So to Trump, I was speaking at his first cabinet meeting, and he essentially said that the EU was formed to, quote unquote, screw the US. He also mentioned the 25% that will target particularly automobiles. Here's what he said.
We have made a decision. We'll be announcing it very soon, and it'll be 25%, generally speaking, and that'll be on cars and all of the things. And European Union is a different case than Canada, a different kind of case. They've really taken advantage of us in a different way. They don't accept our cars. They don't accept essentially our farm products. They use all sorts of reasons why not. And we accept everything of them. And we have about a $300 billion deficit with the European Union. Now, I love the countries of Europe. I guess I'm from there at some point a long time ago, right? But indirectly. Pretty directly too, I guess. But I love the countries of Europe. I love all countries, frankly, all different. But European Union's it was formed in order to screw the United States. I mean, look, let's be honest. The European Union was formed in order to screw the United States. That's the purpose of it. And they've done a good job of it, but now I'm president.
All right, there was a response from the EU. Olaf, the spokesperson for the EU Commission, shortly putting out a quick short statement saying that they will, Olaf Gill, so European Commission spokesperson, said the EU will react firmly and immediately against unjustified barriers to free and fair trade. Bloomberg Economics put together, everybody's doing analysis of how this could impact the EU. So they're saying it could be like a 1.5% hit to GDP. Germany would be most affected because of Germany's big automobile industry. They said exports to the US could be hit by about 70%, and then they highlight the significant risk to automobiles. Let's round off with Nigeria. The new Director General of the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, Princess Zara Audu, was on the Global Business Report yesterday. We're talking about how to improve the business environment. They're coming out with a new framework that is going to look at ministries, departments, and agencies and ask questions around how policies impact the business environment. But we had towards the end of our conversation, we like reports, and we were asking her if she will continue to release reports on the best performing states when it comes to ease of doing business. She said yes, but she says she's going to tweak it a little bit, that they will no longer include states that are bottom performers. They're only going to highlight the top performers. She says it's an effort to do some hand-holding and relationship building with the sub-nationals. Here's what she said.
So that's very interesting. Yes, we will continue with the reports, but slight differences. I mean, I have a little bit of a different approach as regards to dealing with our subnationals. Of course, you understand the way Nigeria is structured, and we know the best approach for me. In my opinion, the best way to get our subnationals to cooperate with us at the federal level is from a point of encouragement, a point of hand-holding, working with them, making sure they're well integrated into the formation of some of our ideas and policies, etc. So moving forward as it regards the report, what we are going to be doing is, yes, we will be highlighting maybe some of the top states to do business, but we're not going to be ranking all the way to the bottom and picking any states as the bottom states.
So essentially, I understand her argument, right? She's saying that, we want to create a good relationship with the states. So we want to be able to just highlight the best performing states. I know the second half of that, but the second part of the argument is that you want to see who are the best and the worst performing. Sure. But if you are an investor who wants to come into Nigeria and you say, which states do I want? You want to know the best performing. You don't really care about the low. So there's an argument for both sides.
No, can I argue for the other side?
Yeah, of course.
So the other side is that, from the investor perspective, absolutely, you're just interested in the top 10. But for urging them and naming and shaming and disgracing them by showing how badly they are running their states, I think it's important to actually put them.
For your relation, if you go to, because she said, here's another thing. She said they're going to be visiting each state.
Yes, which was done before.
So you can imagine saying that I'm not going to name any state. In this particular state, you are the worst performing state. When you meet with the governor,
put Nigerians on rankings.
True.
Let me explain to you what I'm saying.
I'm with you.
When the governors come, when we have an opportunity to engage subnationals.
What do you
We
quote?
ask them
Is it not GDP?
yes, on GDP numbers, on statistics,
So what
on
are you
numbers.
saying?
So if we're just showcasing the ones that are doing well, we will not be able to hold them to account that why is your state performing so badly.
Right.
It is important for us as a people to be able to say that you are not doing well.
Yes.
You need to show up your ease of doing business in your state and not just praising those who are already doing. In fact, those who are already doing well, we're not even interested in that. It's good to praise them. It's those who are doing badly that we want to name and shame and let them get better.
Needs to re-identify and be conscious of the reason why they're doing the ranking. I mean, we do some ranking in my institute for Nigeria, which is going to take us soon.
You've always done that.
Where we do, the whole state.
Yes, sir.
And the idea has always been that if we tell you're not doing well in an area, you have the opportunity to say, what exactly are we doing wrongly?
Yeah.
And based on that, you can then improve. That is something we need to look at.
No, and truthfully, you see, it has to be said, the reason why all of this is done is even for the benefit of the states that are not doing well.
Right.
You can't shroud data and expect them to know how to grow.
Right.
See, in God I trust, every other thing is data. You need to be able to see for your face. And see, she's also doing a disservice by saying that. And I totally disagree with that. I think we should disabuse her mind for that. See, because there were states that were not doing well on the ease of doing rankings before, that they were named and shamed, that they pushed on and they started doing well. Yeah. Because they got the feedback and they didn't take it like something to denigrate them. They took it as a challenge to be able to move forward. So that's what she should be doing. And we should, see, in this other side, there's no other balancing argument. Right. It's the only logical thing to do.
No, but I think the balancing argument
is the only logical thing.
She's well-intentioned. She's high in intention, but low on possible results.
The only logical thing to do is to tell people the way they are, the truth and nothing but the truth, and not say because you want to romance and you don't want some governors not to look at you and say you ranked us wrongly. No.
Let me just
tell
say
it
one
to
thing.
them.
Why did Nigeria create an ease of doing business council?
Because
of our ranking, our work ranking. So if it was embarrassing to the government. It was embarrassing to government to have the numbers, and they did something about it.
So if you don't take it strongly, then you are not going anywhere.
And you should know that the people like Rotus who are indulgent of her today are going to hit her harder next time when they now want the data and they got
And
always
Rotus, if she stops showing us that data, we'll look for other independent data points to show us that data.
Yeah, they're going to see our
and she
data.
will lose her credibility on that data of ease of ranking.
Yeah.
If she wants, we can start it.
Yeah.
Because we need that data. We want the country to move forward. It's not a tea party running a nation.
Right.
We are looking forward to a $1 trillion economy. In fact, which I feel by now we should have been a $1 trillion, if not the mismanagement years of Buhari.
Yeah.
If we're growing that 6-7% we're doing before, by now we should have been inching through a $1 trillion economy. So please,
Agreed.
it's serious business. We need to fix this country, and it will work in my lifetime.
Amen.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.